Oh, okay. So basically, I'm a city called Pune, which is near to Mumbai. That's where I am from. And yeah, working remotely all day, all night, and posting daily updates on Hive as a daily updates, status updates, you can call it. And with that, we keep the development as transparent as possible so that everyone on Hive, they can know about it. And wow, so we do have our PPT now. So, okay, my bad, thank you. Hello everyone. My name is Sagar. It means ocean. Um, I'm from India, and before I talk about anything that I do, I would like to appreciate all of you to come at HiveFest because this is my first time, and after coming to HiveFest, I realized that it takes a lot of effort just to be here. And, and the organizers, they put efforts on top of that. So a big round of applause for everyone and event organizers as well. So today I'm going to talk about the things which I'm working with Starkers and while building the things on Hive as a decentralized applications, um, I realized a couple of challenges and which I solved or tried to solve in parallel to building those applications. So in the next slide, I'm gonna just say a couple of things about myself. Um, so we're constantly contributing to Hive by building the applications. Not just that, we are also allocating a lot of hardware resources for Hive, about which we'll talk little later. Uh, so let's talk about one of the problem statement which I tried to solve. So last year, there was a hackathon in India, and at least 30 teams or maybe more, they participated. But guess what? Only 5 team members were able to integrate login, login with Hive. So I, I took that challenge and tried to solve that problem for the developers. Like, we have a chicken and egg problem over here. We want more users, but to gain more users, we need number of dApps. And to build dApps, we need to have something in place for developer experience. So we built a package and published, kept it open source, available for everyone. It's called Hive Flutter Kit. So those who are Flutter developers. Now, first of all, let me talk about what is Flutter. So Flutter is a cross-platform application development tool with which you can not only build the mobile apps, but also web apps as well. And you can also ship the application for Windows, Linux, Android, iOS, everything. It covers everything. So we built a package and published it over there, and we are the one who are maintaining it. And we also deployed the documentation website as well, and with which you can just, ask AI that, okay, this is the documentation link, now help me generate a couple of things. That's what I'm going to talk about, what is couple of things. Okay, so let's say one of the basic component, reusable component. The moment as a developer, you want to, when you start, what you want to do is show a feed. So for that, we built a reusable component over here. And you can see that it just requires a couple of lines of code. And there you go. For that, you will get callback for each and every action. Like, if you tap on a particular item, or if you tap on author, or if you tap on upvote or comment. So as a developer, you can decide what you want to do on those actions. So you don't have to worry about building the user interface. It's already there. So with this, you can just kickstart your development and focus on the actual problem that you want to solve, okay, and not invest time in building things. Of course, I know that there are many open source projects, but they don't give components. So that's the problem which we tried or we attempted solving with the Hive Flutter kit. So that's just one component. Let's take a look at another component. So let's say as a user, from the feed, someone taps on the comments. So for that also, you can choose what you want to do. What if user taps on upvote button? What if user taps on a reply button? So for each of the action, you get the callback, and then as a developer, you can decide what you want to do. For example, let's say I tap on an upvote, okay? So the moment I tap on it, I can add one more code snippet, which is right over here. Okay, that this is the upvote bottom sheet, and it would show the list of voters, and then you can also get a callback. What if user taps on upvote button again? So these are the things as a developer which you can achieve easily by just copy pasting the code snippet, or you can just ask AI to copy paste it for you. So these are a couple of examples, and on the left you are looking at the components that we have built. This is another example for the community. So let's say now in your application, if you want to show the community page, so with these lines of code, you get everything. So all you have to do is, let's say if you want to integrate community, or you're building a community-specific application, so just create a new Flutter project, add the package, and add the code snippet, and there you go, boom. You have everything in one place. And it is built on top of aioha. So we don't have to worry about different types of authentication. With the help of aioha, we're covering Hive Auth, Hive Keychain, and almost all types of providers which aioha supports. And instead of putting the code on left or right, now I'm just showcasing the components. For example, trending video feeds, all right, a user-specific channel. Then we have a video detail page. Then over here, we have list of communities. So as a developer, you don't have to worry about building basic things. It's all there. You just copy paste and it's all there for you. And more components. So it's like, a suite of components. You can choose the component the way you want, where you want, how you want. For example, activities of a specific account, and it also has the different filters, list of tags, list of proposals, list of followers or witnesses. So all of this, you just have to add a couple of code snippets, and you have everything in your application. So with this, as a developer, you can focus on solving real problems, and you don't have to worry about any of this. So my question is, now that we have solved the Flutter problem, what's next? We have all the components over here. I mean, not all, but most of them are there. with that, developers can just go ahead and start using it in their application. And it's not just about other developers. With these components, we have also built the applications. In fact, while building the applications, like Check Unit XYZ, Distributor, 3Speak mobile app, we used these components. So with that, we are pretty much sure that these components are working, and it's open source, available for everyone, so anyone can go ahead and raise a pull request over there. So before I move to next slide, I'm just gonna take a pause here and ask if anyone has any question over here. Okay, so I guess I take that as a no questions. So you can see that we build these components, but over here, if I ask who uses Flutter? So in Web3, most of the developers, they don't use Flutter. Flutter is used for, like, those who are building applications rapidly. So I checked with other developers, okay, what tech stacks are you using? React with Node, Node.js, or is it Flutter with Node.js? So around 80% of them answered that they prefer having React as the front end. So why do we just stay limited to Flutter? So we built Hive React Kit as well. So it's published on npm.js. You can find the documentation also. It's very easy to use. But again, it's just one tech stack specific. It's for React.js developers. So React.js developers, all they have to do is install this package and start using the components instead of building those UI stuff on your own. Okay, so I'm going to skip the slides and focus on the components which we have built and show those components. So these are 3Speak components, and based on a union indexer, which is built by Voltec. I guess he's somewhere over here. So it shows the feed of the videos, and it gets from the union indexer. And we can always switch to Hive feed or union indexer feed. So over here, you can take a look at like user channel. So this entire thing you can get by just copy pasting this. And then as a developer, you can decide what to do on what action. For every action, you get a callback. For example, if I tap on a share, or if I tap on a bookmark, if I tap on a followers, what should happen? So developer is always in full control, and they can design and develop the application. Okay, so we have, again, bottom set dialog for the comment list. And then the list of efforts. It's like, we refer to our own Flutter package, and we started building the Hive React Kit, and we built components with more or less similar experience aimed to the mobile experience. Okay, so that's a community details page. And on top of building the Hive React Kit, we also built a package called Hive Authentication. So while building a package for React, we decided to keep authentication separate and the React reusable component separate. So this is also open source. Yes, we do have aioha's ready-made UI, but then as a developer, let's say if you want to customize a couple of things, so that's when we realized that we need a separate package. So we built Hive Authentication package, and it's also open source, available on npm.js, And over here, you can get a ready-made user interface for authentication, and it supports multiple accounts with keychain, Hive auth, posting key, and we can add more providers over here. And to get that UI, all you have to do is just copy paste the code snippet. So as a developer, you really get a kickstart, and you don't have to worry about going through the documentation and figuring out the basic things. You just have to focus on solving the real problems. And like I stated earlier, this package covers every need which is related to authentication, from showing the QR code and switching to different users, and providing an event listener for account switching or authentication. So all of this are open source, and we built in parallel to whatever I was doing for check-in with XYZ and Distriator. And all of this are open source, available for Hive community. Okay, so I'm gonna skip these slides, which is already presented by Starkers. You should check this out. Okay, I think Starkers didn't present the business reviews. A lot of people on Hive complain about the quality of the post, but then they don't understand this real business purchase showcase. Here, we get to see that users, or say consumers, are actually spending HBD, and they are getting incentivized, and they are also getting motivated to continue spending in HBD. That's just one business, Econocosis. And here is the, hold on. Yeah, here is the business which was added by Soaring Off-Chain. Now look at those reviews over here. Isn't that beautiful? So many consumers, and it's just few of them. You have more and more reviews. All you have to do is just go to cashback.distriator.com, find all the businesses. You don't need to log in, and you can review all the businesses. So at the end, it's not a business review, to be honest. It's just a proof of spent. And on top of that, you are showing that it's an actual spent. And for that, consumers get incentivized, and businesses get to keep the HBD rewards in terms of APR. Okay, so here I try to showcase the number of businesses that we have on Distriator. And this is the graph which is already presented by Starkers. Oh yeah, this one too. Okay, so like I said, on top of building the stuff which I work with Starkers, I also build things on my own with the developers which I have hired. So one of the idea which I really liked, built by Archange, which is the Engage application, but I didn't find the mobile version of it. So I built a version of it by myself. It's called Replier. That's the name I had to use because Inbox is reserved word by Apple, and they simply rejected the application. So I ended up choosing Replier as a name. It's available on App Store, Google Play Store, and it is also available as a web app. So this is the overall user experience that you get. And of course, by default, I highlight to, I promote powered by Hive, inspired by Archange, and shared by Starkers on the first Play Store and Google Play Store and App Store screenshot. That's the first screenshot that you would see. And this is the overall application. So basically with this, you can easily reply to the conversations which are unreplied. Of course, we are still working on it. It's not perfect. Perfection is a journey. You can scan the QR code, get it there from the Play Store. And we faced a lot of rejections, not just from Apple, but also from Google. But eventually, we managed to have app listed on both App Store and Play Store. Thank you. Okay, so like I stated earlier, that not just the software development part, we also have dedicated resources, hardware resources for Hive blockchain. So let's talk about that. Okay, so over there, on top left corner, you see those Dell 5 systems, 5 Dell laptops. Those are video encoders. So the moment anyone uploads a video on 3Speak, okay, Vaultec has designed a beautiful system, decentralized video encoding. And these are the systems which are running video encoders. So the video gets processed over here, meaning that it converts from a raw video to HLS video, and then it gets re-uploaded from the systems I'm using. So those are like 5 laptops, and on top of that, I have more backup systems over there. So let's say there are more people uploading videos and queue is very long, then in that case, I would also start these systems. Now to power those video encoders, you can see we have a leased line connection at home. And not just one, I also have air fiber somewhere. Oh yeah, over here, backup air fiber, okay? And I have one home internet as a backup. So in case everything fails, all of the systems by default goes back to the home internet. And oh yeah, am I exceeding the time? Oh, okay. So yeah, almost there, my bad. So yeah, you can see Mac Minis, 2 Mac Minis over there, 1 MacBook Pro over there, and 1 MacBook Pro, which I use. And all of these are connected, of course, but how would you know it's running or not? So for that, I'm using Uptime Kuma. You can check the status of all the services, hardware resources, which I provide, and you can check the status. Okay, so not just limited to this, I also support these communities. Okay, so they are keeping weekly contest, and I support those weekly communities by sending Hive power, not liquid Hive, not HBD, Hive power. Okay, and you can find about me on this website, more over here. And there are more future goals. I'm gonna work on more things. You can download this presentation and take a look at it if you want to know more about it. And without any funding, all of this contribution I'm doing on my own. Was thinking of DHF, but with or without, I'm fine. Okay, your upvotes and witnessed votes would motivate me more. Yeah, that's it. I mean, we are posting daily updates on Hive. Whatever we are doing, we are keeping it transparent. You can check our daily blog. So yeah, that's it. That's it for the presentation. Thank you for listening. I know I'm running out of time. So for the questions, you can drop me a message. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sagar. Wonderful work. So many jobs. So in the morning, you wake up and you decide, okay, today I'm going to work on H-reply, or how do you do it?
I have 2 more developers, so we distribute things. But those 2 developers, I pay on my own. I had one more, but because of cost, I had to let him go.
I see. Yeah, you told me yesterday. Nice. Thanks a lot, man.